Good dawning with myself, Mr. Floyd here. I'll tell you what happened here in a moment. My name's Josh, and welcome. If you're new here, please like, subscribe, hit the bell. Welcome, beautiful souls of light and love, family. Grateful you're all here. It's weird. It was unable to connect to the stream. It was the weirdest thing I've ever not seen. It said try again, so I had to. But grateful you're all here. Grateful I'm here. Grateful for just grateful in general. So, all right. Wake up grateful and see bigger things. That's the cool thing about ascension, right? It's like peeling an onion. So every other day you wake up with another revelation, and it's just like, all right, and it just kind of hits you. But nonetheless, grateful, grateful you're all here. Grateful, hopefully you wake up with a positive revelation about yourself and your universe each dawning as well. Let's see who we have in the chat here. Fatima, good dawning. She is north of the border. Lean, Chris, the volunteer, and hopefully you're waking up in the dawning and checking out Chris. Take 1 minute and like 40 seconds of your time to check out Chris as he's doing work with Archangel Gabriel, and he's got the card of the day from Archangel Gabriel that he posts, and it takes a whole minute there to watch. So please check it out. There's a link for Chris in the community page, but definitely please check that out. All right, let's do that. Pin that as Millie had. There we go. All right, thank you, Millie. I pinned that. All right, let's see who else we have. Millie, good dawning. Oh, and today we have the chat is moving. We are grateful. Bonnie, good dawning. Anna, good dawning. Grateful to see you here. Margaret, good dawning. And all right, Kiss Star. All right, guys. Let's get things going here. We're gonna do some cards today. There's a post that I posted on the community tab. I didn't say anything about it. Joanne's sub sacred scribes. So we'll discuss that numbers basically in your universe, and we can. But see what we get here. What we'll start with. Then we have the. Today we have the amethyst. Need to get some new stuff, and I don't have a lot of decks, so you may see a lot of repeat with my decks. I have like 5 decks, so you may see a bit of repeat. And I don't use my original tarot cards, not for this. But I'll pull the deck out at some point, though. So hopefully we're all having a great dawning, an intentional dawning, and we'll center the camera on me. There we go. You see half my face. All right. We are grateful to have you all here. We're going to do a quick shuffle of the cards and see what we have for today. Outside of the ice or the Kuan Yin oracle card that I'll do later. All right. Ooh. Bunch of cards wanted to flip over here. We're not going to take them. But I think we're pretty shuffled here. So let's see what we got. All right. What's going on? Good for gratitude list. Awesome. Always be grateful. Let's see. All right, just looking. Grand Rising, Laura. Laura, today. Oh, that's right. Hello. Today, it's 2 for Tuesday. So tonight at 5 o'clock my time, which would be 7 o'clock your time, we have Laura B on. She's going to be live with Tarot and Oracle on Tuesday Night Live. So what's up is tonight with Laura B. So bring your questions in all caps, of course, to the chat. And should be a good time. All right, let's see what we get here. All right, I'm not even going to cut it. I'm being told not to. So that's the first card, whatever that is. Take the top 3. 1, 2, 3. All right. So the first card would be the 6 of Pentacles. All right. Not too shabby. Again, we've seen this card before. All right. The second card. So that's, I take the bottom card as like the energetic. And then, oh, all right. So this is interesting. The 8 of Pentacles comes up. So you see yourself, this is like working at a higher light. 6, taking a handout, right? A little bit. This is a higher calling, financially at least. All right. the Eight of Pentacles. Then we have, King of Swords with the owl. So what? Be wise. We have the owl. Oh, this is a really good card. It's symbolism. I like symbolism in cards. So we have an owl. We have a crow. And we can't tell if that's a bat. I'm assuming that's a bat, but I can't really tell. And to top it off, we do have the mountains in the background. So this would be very befitting of at least my universe. And I do have, well, here, hang on. I do have a owl in my frame. I'll bring him over. That's just for $5. So for $5, I think anybody would buy the owl candle there. So there's it always looks out, trying to help me make wiser choices in my universe. Sometimes I do, and sometimes I do not. But yeah, so the $5 owl candle. Put him back down. All right. So this is a fascinating and deep card. There's a lot of meaning to that. And he's looking out, but he's looking not at the mountains. So it's an interesting way to see it too. All right. And it's asking me to have more fun, and I've heard that too. The Four of Wands. So I'm interpreting by picture, intuitive interpretation of the card. So it's asking me to have more fun in whatever I'm doing. Maybe, I don't know. It looks like the circus or something. I guess that actually would look like the Cirque du Soleil if you look at the tent, or Cirque du Soleil. So let's see what we've got here. So we've got the start off was the Six of Pentacles. So you're receiving, right? You're receiving? There may be people here who get like help from their parents or something. So what are you're receiving? All right. So this is seeing through your efforts, maybe a little bit more what you're doing. It's also the moon phases. So it's saying you can create, allow yourself to find yourself in your own creation. And of course, work with the moon phases as well. We've got a full moon coming up. And speaking of which, I know there may be a conflict. Thursday night we have, and I checked with Blindly Inspired to see if she could kick over to Wednesday, but she cannot. So Thursday night we have Blindly Inspired. That's Chris doing live discussion on feng shui. So if you go to Adam and if you want to come over, we're going to be an hour to the T because I have somewhere I got to be. But it'll be in the replay if you're at Adam's for the live mediumship. I know the energetics there for sure. So no, our live light language that he used. There we go. All right. So we have the Eight of Pentacles. So it's asking you instead of to receive, right? Because that's somebody being given a coin. It's asking you to find the power within yourself to actually do your own and work with your energetics, especially with the moon, Cancer too, which is good. To find your own way. And then the King of Swords is finding his own way as well. Be wise, make wise choices. He's looking out over the mountains. He's not climbing over the mountains. He's looking not even at the mountains. He's looking away from the mountains. Then we have a crow on top. So it's like rise above, be wise, and rise above. And then once you figure it out, have some fun along the way. You're not there, but have some fun along the way. Dance it up, enjoy. And so see how that fits in your universe? Where can you step into your moon magic, so to speak? Remember, this is a light and dark deck. So where maybe is your shadow blocking you from having from your fullest pentacle potential, from your fullest potential? That's a good question. You're somebody out on the patio or something, or out in the. There's a little porchy area, and then there's another apartment, so you can hear somebody out on the porchy area if they're in the apartment next door, which would be over there. All right, so this was the Light Seers deck. And this was from Millie. So thank you, Millie. Appreciate it. And yeah, so I made a post. We didn't put the book back in. I made a post on from Joanne's scrolls. There we go. Sacred scrolls or sacred scribes. There we go. Why did I post that? It was like kind of a random post, right? But for myself, we're going to go into a bit of the living universe and 1144, living universe, right? 1044, 14 in the chat. So there we go. Millie, you hit it on the head. Lindsay, you hit it on the head as well. It's the living universe. We're talking about numbers here. And we live in a living toroidal field, right? So if we live in a living toroidal field, that means it's an energetic field that we all create, that we're standing in. We're the energetics of that field, right? So we're spinning, or the universe spins, or we create with the energetics of ourself from our own toroidal field, from our inside ourselves. We create our universes. And that's what we've been doing, and that's what we do with our 15-second project, which we'll do here in a little bit. We create our own universe. We bring into frame what we want by putting out the energetics, by spinning up the energetics, sending it up into the higher source field, and then it comes down to something dense, right? Like an amethyst. You can't work with the violet flame, and we're going to get into the uses of the violet flame as well. Somebody had asked that a while ago. How to invoke the violet flame a little bit more, and whatnot as well if you're new here. So but yeah, so no, you can't work with Saint Germain and not have an amethyst. But the reason why I posted the Joanne Sacred Scribes is for anybody generally, and I can speak for myself, when I started my ascension process, I began to notice the repeating numbers. I don't know for yourselves here. We've got it in the chat, the 1144, and now we can see it as 1044-14 from Millie there in the chat as well. So when you see that, you can see that for what it is, or you can just see it as a number, right? And just kind of breeze past it. But if you're living in your own toroidal field, it's your own energetic field, it's going to give you personally feedback into your universe. It's going to speak to you. There's only so many ways that the field, your energetic field, and the larger source field can communicate. There's only so many ways the angels can communicate with you. So they can do so through music, clairaudience, I think it is clairaudio, I don't know. You can do it through visions, like I'm beginning to have for myself, and these are things that come online as you peel the onion away and you start peeling those heavier, dense trauma layers away. You start vibrating faster. You let in more light, right? So if you're letting in more light, then you're able to bring in these gifts. And so, like for myself now, I can see things. So I get like visions, like little pictures, like I'm almost clairvoyant, maybe, because I can like see things, like they pop up in my third eye. It's weird. It's clairvision or what, I don't know exactly what it's called. Millie might know, if somebody, or you can put it in the chat there. When you like have little visions that pop up in your third eye, like you can see things, not premonitionally sometimes, but generally it's more like other people's, like for some weird reason, I saw my ex-girlfriend Lori, but I saw her parents like up because they're both deceased, but I saw them like I had I can see them now. So it's kind of a weird deal, like a I don't know. I'm not sure what it is yet, but nonetheless. Was the guy working here? He reminds me of me. So interesting. All right. I'm kind of, I can be that space. I know I have a doppelganger in Canada, or at least I thought I do. But yeah, I have that energetic people like, I know you from somewhere. I'm like, maybe not, but nonetheless. So I put Joanne up there because numbers are really big in my universe. They were as part of my ascension. And so I can speak from my experience and of course pass that on to you and your experience there as well. That when I was doing, when I was in the beginning of my awakening, I started working with Joanne Sacred Scribes. When I would see numbers that 222, 333, 111, I didn't know what they meant, but I had an inkling, an internal inkling that's as much as I could be in my internal when this all started, right? Because you go from your dense trauma body, from the outside layer, and you kind of work your way in to when you're finally in your heart chakra and whatnot. Um, but yeah, I started having inklings of something's I'm being there's a communication. You turn around and you saw 1111. Now you're seeing 111. And so for myself, I started using Joanne Sacred Scribes specifically because it was a I was just I don't know, it just showed up in these things just kind of showed up in my frame. I don't even remember honestly how I walked myself into seeing that website. Um, but I started using Joanne Sacred Scribes and I started being able to start to have a dialogue with my higher self, with the angels and my guide Ron and whatnot. Um, so I was using the numbers, and now today it's a living communication that we have. There's a short that I posted, which door Monty, and it's like 4 license plates, and one of them was a 222, and then a 333, and a 444, and a 666, and then a 555, and they're all just right next to each other, and that's all grand communication. It's like loud communication from your living universe. So from your end, when you see, and if you start seeing repeating numbers, because you're the life of your own toroidal field if you see it that way, and you are spinning up your own universe, right? And so the universe has to reply. If you're sitting there, two things happen when you're sitting around in your universe. If you see a number, of course you want to look it up on Joanne's Sacred Scribe. It's going to be like, okay, what are you telling me, right? So we looked that up. I started, seeing when I 33333. What are these numbers trying to tell me? 3 is a number of work, and being seen in work. But for myself, it was the easiest way to allow that communication. I went, okay, let's start working with numbers to my universe because I saw that I could use this. It's like a key, right? So using Joanne's Sacred Scribes, it's like having that key ready and available. You can go into the index, or you can just say, meaning of 532 Joanne Sacred Scribes. At this point, I'll get intuitive hits. Like I got a 4949 the other day. So all right, that's a new one, right? So let's look it up. But at this point though, my guides know that I know, and they've known this for a while, of course, that I know where the website is, that I'm using the website too. It's an inverse deal. Because when you're using Sacred Scribes, your guides will end up knowing that you're on the website as well, because you start looking it up. You're gonna start. You open up. It's the easiest way to open up a quick two-way communication with your guides would be to use Joanne's Sacred Scribes when you see repeating numbers. Numbers are the quickest and easiest way for the universe, the larger universe, for your source, for your guides, for Archangel Raphael, Saint Germain, outside of colors and stuff. Music too. We're going to get into music. Music is huge. If you're part of the 50% that feels music, you could be part of the 50% that is really no effect. Music has no effect on them as well. There's two different types. Older souls, music has a bigger effect. Younger souls, music has lesser effect. That's an interesting look at rap, for example, versus like a Beethoven, just in music in general, right. So I'm not comparing one as better or worse. We're just saying composed wise. Rap could be done in like 2 minutes on a keyboard, and then you could actually freestyle it. But like composing Beethoven would have had to hours and hours and hours to write it all out and arrange it in his head, and so it's a lot different. It's just all that's all. Different vibration. So yeah. But when we're looking at numbers, keep that in mind. So for yourself, keep your eyes out in your universe. For me, it opened up, using numbers opens up such a tremendous communication tool with your universe. For me, it did. And there we go. Anna's account is 7777. So seven's a number of luck. It's a number of miracles, right? And so now somebody threw a quadruple 7 into the chat. If you didn't know that, you could go to I'll tell you that, but you can go to Joanne's Sacred Scribes and you can look. If you're seeing those numbers, you're being communicated with, and that's the whole point of this freestyle here, or free rant, is that if you see the quadruple sevens in the chat, then boom, you're exactly what you're being communicated with. And it's not to say that then you start having an expectation of a miracle in your universe. You can start having a communication with your universe. Thank you. I see the quadruple seven, the four sevens. All right. I appreciate it. I'm grateful for any miracle you want to put in my universe. It's about starting to speak to your universe. Again, we live in a living toroidal field. So once you've seen the number, this is part two. Now we have to open a dialogue with our living universe. This is quite important because otherwise, and it can happen, I've done it, there's plenty of you guys do it, I'm sure. We dervish off on the energetics of, wow, I got a quadruple seven and it's amazing. And seven, that's the first half. Yes, you got that. You're spot on. But we missed the second half, and I'm guilty of it for a year. I didn't do any of this. So I'm giving you the advance. I skipped it took me a year plus just to start to communicate it. It was always that I got the number, but I never leaned into what are you trying to tell me, universe? What am I not hearing, or what do I need to hear? And then it gets into having that living conversation with your living universe. And that's where it can get really interesting. Because then at that point, if you ask your universe to get louder on what it's trying to tell you after you see the sequences of numbers or whatnot, then that's where the coincidences, there is no coincidences, but that's where the synchronization starts, the synchronicities, there we go, start to get really interesting. Because then you can start seeing colors or cars, or you start seeing things like if you're taking a walk down the street, you may see stickers, or you may see, again, repeating numbers. For myself, it was these little sayings I would see in like windows, like be kind, or t-shirts. That's a good one. But like seeing t-shirts are always good. Like you would see somebody like t-shirt with love all the time. I see that. When you see these things, or if you're walking past a window there and you see maybe like a little saying like, you're the sunshine, like a customer, like you're the customers are the sunshine of our day or something. Whatever you see in like a shop window. Um, these are all things that are communicating to you. You're being communicated from the living field to you, and it's imperative. I've learned it's imperative to respond to those. And I just do it out loud if you're in a space where you can. If you're by yourself and you're not going to look crazy on the street or something, but these days, if you have a headphone on or something, or you can pick your phone up. But there's nobody on the phone, right? No, what are you telling me, universe, right? But there's nobody there. But the point is to respond however you choose. I just did it out loud. A lot of it was in my apartment, and there's nobody else here. So for myself, it's a lot about responding out loud and giving it back to my universe. So from your end there, keep that dialogue open. When you see the numbers, just jump in. We're going to get more into this, but we're going to go into our 15-second project here in a moment. So when you see the numbers, when you see those numbers are repeating, or when you see a t-shirt that says, I love you, and you're kind of down and out in your universe or something, or when you see whatever it might be for you, we'll get into music as well. Maybe you're looking for a relationship and you see this old couple that, hugging or holding hands. You can be like, oh, how grateful, and see that as a sign that something good is coming in for you. You could take it as a sign that you could, of course, be that no, I don't have that. That's I'm not worthy of that. You want to do that, that's up to you, but you're getting signs. These are positive signs if that's something you're looking for in your universe. You want a new car? Maybe you see the new car you're looking for. Generally, we do anyways, but maybe you see it more often than you would think you would. The new car you're looking for, whatever it is. Purple Toyota Tundras, right? They park in front of the store all the time. It's crazy. I'll start taking pictures. I'll do the purple Toyota Tundras that park in front of the Crystal store. It's crazy. Or the purple Toyota Tacomas. Those happen too. I'm a little guy, right? So a Tacoma may be better than a Tundra. I look over the steering wheel in the Tundra, right? But nonetheless. All right, so let's go ahead and work on our project. But if you see repeating numbers in your universe, it's your universe is trying to open up a dialogue with you. It's trying to tell you something. If your heart goes, ooh, check this number out, and you're going to start to do that, it'll become intuitive. For myself, it's quite intuitive. Jump into Joanne's Sacred Scribes. Get the that's what everybody uses. That's what you'll see on a lot of readers. Even the bigger websites or the bigger channels use not channelers, channels, spiritual channels use that. That's the go-to site. So source knows, everybody knows that that's the site to use, and that's the site that everybody's using. So so yeah, give it a jump there and see what it may. I'm telling you, once you start down this path of opening up a dialogue with your living universe, everything changes. It's a whole nother deal. Everything opens up because your universe realizes that you're starting to pay attention, and you have this reciprocal conversation going, and that's how you start to see coincidences a lot easier. That's how they start to happen, is because you're paying attention and you're in communication with the greater source field. All right, so let's go ahead and ground into our 15-second project. If you're new here, we've been working to manifest. This is an energetic show. We've been working to manifest something into our frame, whatever it is for you. The drop date for us was November 11th, and that's still our drop date. So we've been working with Saint Germain and of course, this is the same deal that Joe Dispenza and Bruce Lipton and all use. So thank you for still sticking with us through my soliloquy there. I appreciate it. That was, yeah. But so yeah, if you need a link, it's right there on the community page for Joanne Sacred Scribe. But I would highly recommend opening that dialogue up with your higher self and using the numerics. I'm sure there's a few like Millie in the chat there, and Anna and others who would agree that it's the numbers. It's where it starts. It's kind of like kicking the door open. All right. So for you guys who are new, if you're new here, just pause the video. If you're watching in a replay, which most of you are, just pause the video if you don't have something you want to see manifest into your universe. To manifest it, all you have to do is feel it and see it, and you can do that however you choose, but have the feeling of obtaining what you're looking for. And then as you go out into the greater source field in your day, do not take the energetics back by saying you are not worthy or otherwise. You can erase all manifestations damn near instantly by saying you're not worthy of having it. It's not for me, maybe not this lifetime. Whatever it is for you, but you can start over, but you'd have to, need all the source energy erased. But so let's go ahead and take 15 seconds here. You can do this by visualizing, feeling, however you do this. We've been doing this for a while here, so I'm going to let you guys go ahead and do so. No explanation really needed. And if you're new here, just pause it, figure out what you want in your universe that you've really been trying to manifest or wanting to manifest, and then push play and take 15 seconds with us to do so. All right, so here we go. Take a deep breath in, if you would. If you're driving, please do not close your eyes. Energetics, I love you. I say that every time because I love you. And I've heard of that one channel where you close your eyes and take a deep breath, and boom, I got into a wreck. So I'm not saying that here, but that's my little disclaimer. There we go. So I love you. So close your eyes if you can. Take a deep breath and release. One more deep breath. Hold it and breathe out. All right, so go ahead and jump into your 15-second manifestation. We're getting closer to November 11th, and it'll be cool to see what comes. So go ahead and begin in 1 second here. Perfect. Go ahead. We're manifesting. We're seeing what we want. Feeling it. All right, that was more than 15 seconds. Because it's hard. 15 seconds, you would think, as long. We always think time is, it was 30 seconds. But either way, thank you for 30 seconds puts more energetics into the field. If you did it for a minute, it would put, right. And then you have more, the vibration gets faster. There you go. But that's why we're adding 15 seconds every day. That's what it takes to release up into the greater source field and hold the energetics up there. So, all right. So we've got the amethyst. So we're going to work a little bit with the amethyst. We're not going to do any cord cutting or anything today, but do remember as you're out in your universe there that the cord cutting can be done at any time. Anytime you get Fran at the water cooler there and you don't want to deal with Fran by the water cooler, you can walk away and say, Fran, I'm cutting your cord, Fran. Fran, you can talk about your children otherwise. Or if you have too many bosses that come by about your TPS reports, you can immediately cut the cord on those bosses. There we go. But yeah, let's work with the, this is amethyst. Amethyst is for calm, for centering. It also represents the violet flame, which we're going to get into later this week. How to really ground into the violet flame, how to use the violet flame that we all have the gas version of. We don't have, you could have the old school violet flame, right? And where you just turn it on and you have to invoke it and all that. But we've been given the gas version of the violet flame where we literally just turn the dial. And for myself, the energetics kind of go insane the further I turn it, because it's really grounded into the violet flame, and we're going to get into that later this week. But for now, we're going to start off by clearing ourselves with an amethyst. You can get one of these at any not general store. There's no general stores anymore, but at any general crystal shop. There, I was going to say general store, but any crystal shop should have one of these. $20 or less, maybe 25. If you're paying 30, let's negotiate your price. There you go. Unless you really love the crystal. This one has got what they call polish tip, so we're going to discuss that. Polish tip, you can see there the light. So a polish tip, they buffer it up, so it gives it a glass look on top. Then the bottom is just the plain crystal, but you can see how the crystal was pulled from here. It's like a tooth almost. But yeah, so then keep in mind that you want to activate one of these. You can put it in the sun, but only do it for 2 to 3 hours. Amethyst will fade and fade dramatically in the sun. It also gains black spots. So you'll get little black spots within the purple that'll then fade over time if you left it in direct sunlight. So keep your amethyst in shade in your home. So if you have a window that has direct sunlight, do not put this in where the beam of sun will hit it, because after about a month, it'll start to fade really fast. Same thing with pink quartz, rose quartz as well. If you have rose quartz, do not put it in the sun. It also fades. Doesn't kill the energetics. It'd be supercharged. It'd be sitting in the sun. But it would feel different because you wouldn't see the pink. So you wouldn't feel the energetics as you normally would. Same with a white amethyst. So when you look for an amethyst, make sure it's clear in here. That's why this one grabbed me. You can see how deep the purple is. Not like the band, mind you, but you can see how deep. It doesn't turn over really well in the camera, but it's very deep purple, and there's no real occlusions. Occlusions would be like cuts or anything that's like unnatural, maybe that formed with it. It's a very clear amethyst inside. There's not any. Here's a cut here. You can maybe be able to see, but maybe not. So some you can see it in there. Like there's a cut there, right there. It's natural. It's inside, but it's still buffered. But it's inside that line right there. So, but some will be worse when you go to buy it. So keep that in mind as well. So look for that. But otherwise, yeah, recommended for anybody in your collection. It's a basic stone. You can get them tumbled and whatnot, but this would be an amethyst crystal. Amethyst forms in clusters as well, and that's the little one. But we're just talking about the amethyst crystal. I would recommend everybody have one of these. Put it in your living room. If you have to be in a room with a spouse that, like your bedroom, the spouse that you don't get along with for some reason, then put one of these on your nightstand, and that'll help balance out the energy, at least on your side of the bed. But let's go ahead and work with the amethyst. And when you're working with the amethyst, it's going to help to center you first. So it helps to kind of bring you into your center. It's very grounding as well, so you can feel it. Chakra-wise, it would be your root and sacral chakras. So this would go well if you're working with Chris the volunteer, and listening to one of his sacral chakra bowls. You can grab your amethyst, and it'll help to ground you into your root chakra. and your sacral chakra as you work to heal that with his incredible bowl that we have linked in the community page there, or you can just go to at Chris underscore the underscore volunteer. There we go. All right, so let's work with the amethyst. You will feel it probably down here. You'll feel it in your third eye as well. It does work for creativity. Also works for healing yourself from any, like if you're in trauma and you're like panicky or something, or if you're having a panic attack or anxiety attack. If you have amethyst, it'll help to calm and center you. You have to be wanting to be calm and centered, but it'll help to enhance calm and center within your frame as well. It'll help to clear. You like the violet flame. This would be the violet flame in rock form. So it will help to clear your aura and heal if you're not feeling well as well. Pink rose quartz and amethyst together would be an incredible, like if you're healing, if you're like needing two stones to heal. So let's go ahead. I'm using them together to heal. There you go. If you're not feeling well. So let's go ahead and use this. Then we're going to do some energetics and we're going to work with the amethyst. Before I have to state this, of course, by you staying within the video gives you then allowing permission. I don't want to give you energetics that you're not wanting to receive. So if you're not wanting to receive the energetics, I understand if you were to drop off the video or you just put the phone down, so to speak, and didn't look. All right. So when we're working with the amethyst, you always want to work down. You don't want to move energetics up the body. We're moving down. And I always do a tapping first as well, just to wake up the chakras that I can see. And we can work down here to hit your lower, but you can't see it on the camera. It doesn't translate as well. But we are going I'm going to work on the crown chakra. So we're going to do some tapping on the crown chakra. It is 11:11. If you want to hit Joanne Scribes there and look up what the 11:11 is, if you have the ability to do so, where you won't lose, like it just shrinks me into a little box there on YouTube, you'll see what 11:11 means. Or if you're 10:11 or 911, right? We all know what that one means. Emergency. But no, there's more meaning to it. But all right, so let's do some tapping on the crown. We're going to some sprinkling of energetics. So what we're doing is we're sprinkling your body first with the amethyst. So think of it as like purple energetics coming down around you. You may see that if you close your eyes. You generally, with this group, you would see purple most likely if you close your eyes. So we're working. And this is your soul star chakra up here. So this is the connection to the ether up here, then your crown chakra. Just like when you say, when you smudge yourself, make sure you lift your shoes if you're in shoe and get underneath your shoe, the sole of your shoe, right? Or if you're barefoot, make sure you lift your foot and get underneath your foot as well. And then lift your foot a little higher and get the empty space in between, because there's technically a chakra there. All right, so we're going to do some work on the third eye as well. You may feel this as kind of like this. You may start to want to go like that. If you're at home, you may want to do some tapping. You can just take your index finger and literally, like right about there, and just do some tapping on where you feel your third eye is on your in you. And we're going to do some spinning around of that, and you may start to feel like a corkscrew effect in your own third eye. You may not. And then we're going to pull out and do, right? We're going to cut and grab any dirty energetics, get rid of that. Anything that's blocking, we're going to do that again. Get rid of anything that's blocking. Then we're going to do some tapping into the third eye. And you may feel that. I do. That's why I'm squinting. I'm sprinkling energetics. We're sprinkling purple love into the third eye. We're going to smooth that out. And if your third eye's anywhere activated, you probably are feeling something there. We're going to grab this side. It's real shiny. See different sides of it you can use it different ways. So now we're using that smoothie, shiny side, and you may feel it even more in your third eye. Now we're going to move down, pardon me, into the throat chakra. So you'll feel it right up in here. And we're going to do some tapping into the throat chakra. And as we're tapping, we're putting the purple energetics of the violet flame into our throat chakra. If there's something that you're needing to say that you've had trouble saying, you can practice it while you're hearing the tapping, while we're doing the tapping. Now we're going to do some swirling to activate the throat chakra and then smooth it down. Swirling. Take a deep breath in if you need to. You may feel that. You may cough, like me. Pardon me. Doing some clearing of my. I kind of wake up this time of year, sometimes a little funny throat. All right, a little tap in the throat chakra. All right, then we're going to go down into. We're going to smooth that out real quick, like shaving, right? All right. Now we're going to move down to the heart chakra. Heart. I don't know. Mandela effect. They say the heart's moved more towards the center of the chest. I always knew the heart to be over here, but if you look now, it's over here. Like the kidneys are now protected underneath the rib cage, but I remember the kidneys being just on the side of your back there, and that's called the kidney shot. But apparently that might have changed too. It's all the Mandela effect. If you you may relate to that, you may not. You may have always thought the heart's the center of the chest or not. But either way, we're going to go ahead. We'll take care of the whole upper chest here. We're going to work on the heart chakra as well. And you may feel that in the heart chakra. This is a very balancing stone. When you just pick it up, it goes generally to the root and the sacral chakra. But if you're working with any specific chakra, amethyst will work, move the energetics to any specific chakra. All right. All right. Keep tapping onto the heart chakra. That's the one we're wanting to make sure is sprinkled with the most love. Now we're going to do some swirling. And you may feel that again in your heart chakra. All right. You may, again, swirling in the heart chakra, so you may feel that. The question asking you is when you're asking yourself big questions or you have big decisions to make, are you putting your hand on your heart chakra and allowing it to give an answer? You have 40,000 cells, according to Dr. Bruce Lipton, in your heart. And Greg Braden and Joe Dispenza, they all say the same thing, generally. I mean, each one, they're a little different, of course, but they'll say this. You have 40,000 cells in your heart. Are you putting your hand on your heart when you make decisions? Or are you just using your mind? All right. All right. So we're going to move, spit that out. Then we're going to work on you in general. We're going to do, instead of cord cutting, we're going to pull. We're going to ask you real quick to, in the chat, and everybody who's watching this in the replay or rewind, push out some negative energetics. Think of something that you want to get rid of real quick. We're going to pull it out. So what do you want to remove energetically from your frame? And it can be something huge like my husband, or it could be something, or it could be my job, or I want a new car. Whatever it is, push it out, throw it out of your frame, and we're going to grab it. Cut it with the amethyst. Keep throwing it out of your frame. What do you want to get rid of? What's something you want to throw out of your frame, out of your universe? Smooth that out. Smooth out. Keep doing it. We're going to grab it. All right. One more big push, so to speak, of garbage energy that you want out of your frame. people, places, things, what have you. We'll do a big, and we're going to sweep it off of the screen, so to speak. We'll grab it down here and throw it away. And of course, Archangel Michael, any of the energetics that I pulled from anybody that may be sitting in my apartment, can you please clear it immediately? Thank you. There we go. All right, now we're going to smooth you guys out. A little more. There we go. That's what I'm trying to get. That's it right there. You see that shiny? That's perfect right there. There we go. All right. All right, so today's going to be the first day that we don't actually channel. Can you believe that? So Saint Germain and Archangel Raphael were pushing me to do a show where we did not channel. So I apologize, but I am grateful. We're going to finish this off. And close your eyes if you can and see if you see the purple around you. You might see purple like dancing right there. That's the violet flame. Tomorrow we're going to invoke the violet flame. We're going to play with the violet flame. And we also need to get into my story on my hitchhiking story. So, all right. So this will be the final smooth out. There we go. That one right there. That guy. I'm going to push some energy here for myself. Clear the screen. All right. And again, Archangel Michael, thank you for clearing any energetics that are sitting around in my floor of my apartment now, theoretically. Or not. We do, it's just you feeling universe. You can't see much, so that's purposeful. We have to do this in the dark, so to speak, right? We only see that much of the light. That much. I'm squishing your head, right? I'm squishing your head. But no, we only see that much of the light spectrum. So, but yeah, so today's the first episode, and I have to thank you, Saint Germain and Archangel Raphael, for the kick in the teeth to do this. Let you know, they're saying I'm not crutching on the channeling, but I have a lot I can share. There we go. So there's your channeled message for today. They said I have a lot I can share, and don't crutch on the channeling. So there we go. It was a channeled show, but not really. But I'm grateful. Thank you, guys. 14 and all right. Numerics, guys. First one to Joanne Scribes. Last one to Joanne Scribes is Punch Buggy, right? 14. There's 14 here and 14 likes. So I challenge you to look that up on Joanne Sacred Scribes there with the 14. You may know what that means. You may not, but that could be a message for you and a way to start a dialogue. All right, so there you go. Gene, it's in 11:20. What is it? 11:22. Then go check that out. If you're seeing it, then there's a number. There's a meaning behind the number, and Joanne has spent a lot of time putting that index together for us and for the angels there to dry throat for us to use and for us to ascend and for us to communicate with our angels. So yeah, if you're seeing the 11:22, then Gene, please check it out. But I challenge you, 14. Please go check that out. Matter of fact, tonight, 2 for Tuesday. I'm almost brought in Saint Germain, but he's not coming in today. He's not wanting to channel. He's saying I needed to do this one on my own. Just to know I can do it like we did. I did an hour show, right? It's 9:23, almost an hour, without Saint Germain. So that makes, I don't know anything. My mantra, right? I don't know anything. I'm just grateful. You want to see your universe change? Start acting like you don't know anything, but just know what you know. But just be grateful, and that's it. I don't know anything. I'm just sit here and I'm grateful. 14. I challenge you. Somebody go check that. You want to put it in the chat? That would even Millie, go throw the 1414 in the chat if you can. That'd be blessed. Or somebody. But otherwise, we're going to go ahead and end this for today, guys. Thank you. And the amethyst, thanks you. I highly recommend, and I will. These are kind of heavy to send, but I will grab a decent one. All right. So the next contest will be, and my will be we'll do this next week when I get paid, right? There we go. But will be an amethyst cluster like this, like not this one. This I love this guy, right? But I will find a decent one at work. And so the next contest will be, so just keep in mind, at minimum, there's always added value. So we always add something to it, but no, it will be a decent amethyst like this. I can pack it up at work and ship it. And Millie, the post offices were closed for the holiday yesterday. So, pardon me. I will get you in the mail. Dry air in here too. There's like 10 to 15% humidity out there generally every day. So in here it's rather dry. It's the season where I got to get my humidifiers going. Like I have one there and one in my bedroom. And so you got to get them going, or it gets really dry in here real fast. If you like my hair, dry as you can, anything you want to dry out, you can just set it down bread in like 10 minutes. Dink, and it's dry, gone. You could rehydrate it, so to speak, but yeah, it's pretty well toasted already. Bang it in 10 minutes. But yeah, so the contest, I will give away an amethyst of this kind of quality or better. I'll dig around the box that we have in the back and find the best one I energetically, and no occlusions, no cuts and scrapes and black marks or anything. And I will, so yeah, so keep that in mind for next week. We will do that as well. Actually, what we'll do is, here we go, Thursday and Friday, and we will announce the winner on Monday. But I'll have it all boxed up and ready to go and pick one over the weekend. So Thursday and Friday, be here. Be square. And the Thursday night, don't forget Chris. I know Adam's doing a live as well with his his light language. So but Chris will be live with us from Berlin or from Germany. And so it'll be late for her, but either way, the replay will be immediately available if you do the live energetics with Adam. But if you come with us, the energetics work as well. When they're not live, like if you watch a Michael, energetics with Michael, the one that looks like Obi-Wan Kenobi, sort of long hair, the one from Australia who does with the rock, same thing with the stones, right? So yeah, he always works. You can watch him anytime. But nonetheless, either way, we will have that Thursday night. But Thursday and Friday, join us, and we'll go by who puts comments into the not the chat, but who puts comments to the video itself, like a comment about the show, not in the live chat. And I will aggregate all those comments, and then we will offer up a amethyst and something else of my surprise, but an amethyst of high quality amethyst to you. So you'll have your own violet flame. And I'll throw in a tumbled amethyst as well. So you have a pocket violet flame and something else. But so you have a pocket violet flame. You can carry an amethyst in your pocket, but and one of these guys. So watch Thursday and Friday. You'll just put a comment into the comment section, not the chat, but the actual comments. And the reason why I'm asking for comments is because it helps us to get into the Al Gore rhythm. And so I think it's a fair energetic exchange. I will send you one of these. I'm not bribing you guys, but nonetheless, I will send you a beautiful amethyst for comments in the chat. And that'll in the comment section, not the chat, but in the comments. There you go. As if the video wasn't live, comments. That way it gets more into the algorithm, and maybe Al Gore will give us some more rhythm in his universe, right? So the Al Gore will actually we can dance with the algorithm. There we go. But nonetheless, I appreciate you guys. And yeah, so we did an entire show. And all right, in 2 minutes, it'll be an hour long straight up that I did not, I'm proud of myself. I did not channel. So Saint Germain, thank you for showing me that I don't need to channel, but I know you guys looking forward to the channel. So tomorrow will be much more channeling. We will do a channel buffet, is what I'm being told. Um, what Archangel Michael said, I may let all of them out of the gate. So there we go. I have no idea what that means, but we may do a channeling buffet tomorrow. But nonetheless, I will see you tonight at 7 o'clock. Adam did his live purposely yesterday so that he'll probably be in watch with us. So tonight, bring your questions to Laura B with your tarot and her tarot and oracle, and we'll have a good time. I will see you at 5, 7 in just a few hours. Really, I'm going to go vibe up at the crystal shop and buzz up because there's a coffee shop next door, and they get a chai with they call it a black eye. So either 2 or 3 shots of espresso into that dirty chai is 2 shots. 3 shots is a black eye espresso. So or black eye chai. So 3 shots of espresso in my chai. There we go. But so yeah, focus towards your long-term goals, aspirations, and work with purpose, passion, and drive courageously. Step forward in the direction of your true purpose and trust the things you require. Absolutely, absolutely. And if you're listening, Elon Musk, we require could you please build a non-YouTube, but YouTube style spiritual version of YouTube that has a much more better algorithm there, something that has more rhythm with its algor on it there so that we can be seen. The little guys who are running around on YouTube can be seen. It's a fair platform. There we go. If you're watching Elon Musk, it takes millions, right? We love you. All right. I ask occasionally there, but nonetheless, it's a dirty chai, right? Dirty chai, exactly, Anna. But when you add a dirty chai, would be 1 or 2 shots. At that point, then you could call it like a black eye chai, because a black eye is considered 3 shots, right? So a dirty would be 1 or 2, and then you get into black eye. I don't know what a 4th one is, other than probably heart palpitations, but nonetheless, right? All right, guys. I love you all. Thank you. This has been amazing. There we go. We hit 1 minute away. Phlegmy throat. It's the season. It's that change. That one little this right where it goes from summer, spring, and winter kind of mix in here. You get it. All right, guys. Thank you so much. I love you. No John Binney this Thursday, so it'll be a regular show. I apologize for yesterday. I could not see the chat. I got to state this real quick. I could not see the chat. Whatever, Sam Gloves, that creates, yeah, that guy. I timed him out in the chat, and then it froze. And I couldn't see anything past Sam Gloves yesterday in his comment about I like gloves, which was funny because that's the last comment I could see. So, yeah, we're not in any retrograde, so there was just always be ready for other energetics, and it's all how you choose to respond. I could have flipped out and like knocked the phone over, but no, I found it funny. But no, I couldn't see anything, and I know I got a text, but I couldn't receive the text because I'm in work mode, so I don't get texts or phone calls on my phone, so I don't blow this up. Right, my dad will blow us up if I'll get off of here and I'll see like 2 or 3 calls from him. God love him. Yeah, but at any rate, there it was kind of funny. So I apologize. I didn't know John was on vacation this week. Everybody needs a vacation, and I'm visualizing myself at the beach. That's not what I'm doing for my 15-second project, but I do that separately. And the stick figure of me on the beach is tied to it. I'll bring it over one day. It's in the mirror over in my bedroom there. I did a visualization board, but it's me as a stick figure at the beach, but it works just as well, right? There we go. So I drew it out in pen, and it's over on my mirror in my bedroom. When I wake up every day, I see my stick figure self at the beach. Little campfire at the beach, the water coming in, a little seagull overhead. So there you go. All right, guys, I love you. Stay awesome. I know you are. Thursday, Friday, just make a comment after the show or in the comments before the show or what have you. And I will take every comment. We'll get an entry. So if you make more than one comment, no, just make one comment. And I will cut your name out like we did before. I'll put it in a bowl, and we will pull this on Friday. Or actually, we'll pull this on Monday. But I will pick one and show you, and then we will pull it Monday. And I will send that out. And Millie, your Your stone is going out today. There we go. Moldavite. There we go. I couldn't think of the stone. I'm thinking malachite, but I won't touch malachite. And if you have to touch malachite, that's on you. If you have any negativity in your frame, malachite will explode that in your universe. Malachite is the amplifier of negativity, keeping that in mind. So if you see that pretty green stone, malachite, it'll blow up any negative energetics in your frame or in your universe, so be careful. But I love you. I'm going to go ahead and end this here. Stay awesome, guys. Have a day as awesome as you are. And thank you for your support. Thank you for your thumbs up. Thank you for your comments, nonetheless. And just thank you for being here. To do a show without channeling blows my mind. And check out Joanne Scribes, please, and thank you. Your universe speaks to you, and that's the door. That's the key, right? Are you the key master, like Ghostbusters? Are you the key master, right? She's the key master. So go ask Gozer there for the key, right? And check out the key from the key master, and see what Joanne has to tell you. What your angels are really telling you. They know that. They know the website. Everybody uses it. The biggest channelers and channels and everybody, their mother, Elizabeth April uses it. You don't. So yeah, Greg Braden uses, you name it. That's the website. So there you go. That's the key. I love you guys. Stay awesome. And see you tonight, 7:00. Bring your questions for Laura B, kindest soul in the universe, and we'll have a good time. See you in the next.